All right, so first thing, I'm in trouble because I stole Elliot's seat. But I gotta tell you, after a day of moving, packing and unpacking, getting everything settled here in the new fifth wheel, sitting on these recliners with the massage feature on, worth every penny.
Hey, what's going on? Joe here with Let's Head Wherever, and we are at Lazy Days in Tampa, and I think we're ready to show everybody what we've been teasing the last few days. So over my shoulder, we have our old, it's a 2019 Rockwood Roo, and we have traded that in for something a little bit bigger. All right, so over my shoulder, we have our new rig, a 2020 Grand Design Reflection 31 MB. We have went from the 21-foot travel trailer to the 36-foot fifth wheel. This living area is honestly the biggest selling point and the reason why we decided on this floor plan. The mid bunks were nice, but one of the things, moving the bunks from the rear to the middle of the fifth wheel, it opens up this entire back area. There's so much room to cook, prepare meals. We have the entertainment area over there, the big U-shaped dinette. Everyone could spread out and enjoy dinner. The couches are fantastic, right in line if we want to put in a movie on a rainy day. And it honestly has so much room we can entertain other folks if they're with us camping with friends. It's just a really, really great space for everyone to spread out and enjoy our camping experience. All right, here goes nothing. Pulling away with the fifth wheel for the first time. Oh, did I get that second chalk?
I did.
You got it out?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I got it.
We're learning the checklist. So I gotta say, going from the travel trailer to the fifth wheel, hookup is an absolute dream. Literally, with the truck, the first time I hitched up to the Kingpin, as long as you're straight, you hit that thing, click, done. You don't have to worry about dropping the tongue on the hitch ball. You don't have to worry about any of that mess. Take two.
Here it goes. Let's go home.
Let's go home.
Step one, is it coming with us?
Yes,
This
it
is
is
good,
coming with
guys.
us. I can certainly feel it. One thing I want to do real quick. All right, trailer brakes work nice. I've never used the integrated forward brakes before, so that was nice. I actually made back it down. It feels like it's tugging me backwards a little bit.
Lazy Days is located right on the interstate, so we're trying to make sure we get all these adjustments in before we get out on the interstate. And it's too late.
Good morning. Heading home.
You have your slip.
What slip? All right, so good pro tip. If you're buying your RV from Lazy Days in Tampa, before you try to take it home, make sure you have received your exit slip from your advisor. Like, we make fun of ourselves all the time about being completely green to all this mess. Next time you're buying an RV, make sure you get the exit slip before you guys try to pull out the park. Oh, there's a curb there. All right, so hey, ran over my first curb. Felt nice. Honestly, here in the cab, I didn't feel it at all. Be careful of those
got an opportunity
right-hand
now
turns.
for another curb.
Here goes another right-hander. And I'm gonna go ahead and go past this time and then hook in.
That would clear
Hey,
easy.
that was all right. You can certainly feel the pull now.
Truck sounds a little different, but it's still really smooth.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. It honestly doesn't feel any different than pulling travel trailer with the Explorer.
Here.
Of course, in the Explorer, we were way over limit. We were close. We were probably either right at limit or slightly over.
I feel like I can feel it because I know the difference in the truck and I'm used to riding in the truck, but it doesn't feel like strange. Like
Yeah,
if I wasn't used to riding in the truck,
Watch
I
out,
think it was a
vehicle
problem.
stopped on shoulder ahead.
Yeah, one of the things I didn't like about pulling the travel trailer is you felt that like lurching all the time. Even when you were just driving down the road, it wasn't necessarily when you were trying to slow down. It would just be down the road, and whether it was wind or something, it was always like I don't know, it just felt like it was pulling you back and forth.
I can't believe how easy it is to like pick up and drive. We may or may not have had a situation where I may or may not have left the stair handle out at a gas station, and we discovered this while driving down the interstate.
She folded up the stairs, closed the door, and just left the handle open, and I didn't realize until I was on the entry ramp going up to 75 South, and I'm like, hey honey, the handle's up. But it honestly wasn't as terrifying as it could have been. I pulled over, and I still had like a quarter mile of the acceleration lane to get back up to speed afterwards.
With the Explorer, even that was a challenge to get up to speed, but this is like a dream. This is fantastic.
This is gnarly. I'm doing 68 miles an hour right now, and like it's no big deal. I mean, you could tell the RPMs on the truck are pretty high, but in the Explorer pulling the Roo, which was only like 6,000 pounds, I think, and the Explorer's rated at 6,800, there was parts where, especially going through Gainesville, where you get a little bit, here in Florida it's dead flat, but once you get into the northern parts of Florida, we get a little bit of hills. And there was a couple times where I was going uphill and I had that thing floored and I was losing speed. I was like, oh boy.
This is getting easy, and I'm trying to calm down. My watch is reminding me to breathe, which is not a good sign. I guess that means I'm a little bit tense.
I'm actually pretty loose right now. The first time, now, we're only like, I don't know how many days specifically, 70 days into this adventure with, you know, having a camper and everything else. But when I pulled the Roo for the first time with the Explorer, that was the first time I had trailered anything. So talk about jumping in head first. And I was terrified. White knuckled the whole way. I was like, kids, don't make a sound. But over, you know, the third, fourth, fifth time I pulled it, it got easier and easier each time. And honestly, right now I don't feel a lot of anxiety. I know I have a big rig behind me. I can see it in the mirrors. I can feel it behind me, but I'm not as terrified as I was the first time with the Roo.
We are really lucky that Target down the street from us has shut down and has a gigantic empty parking lot. So Joe is trying all sorts of parking and turning maneuvers.
That's the other thing too, is if you're watching this and you've never, you know, trailered before or never trailered anything big, don't let your ego smash your RV. If it means pulling backwards and forwards 25 times, then pull it backwards and forwards 25 times. That was one of my machismo things is, you know, oh my God, what if somebody's, you know, sitting there watching me, and we booked Fort Wilderness in June and I'm already panicked because Fort Wilderness is packed every single day and I know there's going to be 115 campsites watching me pull this thing in. And the reality is, so what? Everybody has been in the position I'm in at some point. Even the most experienced semi-truck drivers had a first day.
And so far we've been, you know, in our very limited experience, people have been really patient and understanding. Our first time camping, backing into a site, guy just, you know, got up and moved his truck, saw that we were new and wasn't annoyed, wasn't frustrated, was just super helpful. Probably didn't even need to move his truck, was just being, you know, generous to let us feel more comfortable.
I've also never towed in four-wheel drive before. Not sure how I like it so far.
If you have any suggestions about, this is our first time with a four-wheel drive vehicle and towing, so if you have any information or suggestions for us about towing in four-wheel drive and the advantages or disadvantages or pointers for us, let us know.
Because I'm not going to let my ego smash my RV.
It's been a good thing for us, I think, and challenging and exciting in getting an RV is that when you get to a certain age, you feel like you're kind of in your comfort zone and you know how to go about your life and you're confident in everything you're doing. It's been good for us to say, okay, like we don't know what we're doing and we're going to learn, we're going to do everything we can. We've watched hundreds of hours of YouTube, I think, and read a lot, but we don't know. So it's been humbling and I think good for us to say we don't know, and we're happy to learn, and we'll take suggestions from friends, from strangers.
Literally hundreds of hours of YouTube videos.
And one thing that really helped us, I think, was watching YouTube videos of people who were honest and said, I don't know everything, and I just got out there and tried to learn, and people were really helpful. So we're trying to do the same thing for you, just be transparent. I think probably me more than Joe. I'm pretty conservative. I'm the kind who wants to read and research and feel 100% confident before we go out and do anything. And I think that some YouTubers really helped us learn that if we stopped and waited at home until we felt like we knew everything, if we waited at home until we felt like we had everything under control, we never would have gotten an RV. We never would have gotten out there and gone camping. So we learned everything we could and said, hey, we'll learn the rest as we go.
Because there is no standard, especially when pulling an RV and pulling into a campsite. Every campsite is different. Every drive through the campsite is different. You know, you may have to come in on driver's side angle. You may have to come in on the passenger side angle. So if you are the kind of person who wants to be 100% comfortable and know everything that's going to happen before you get into it, it's probably going to take you a little while, but it has been incredibly helpful just to get out there and do it a few times, and every time it gets quicker, every time you learn, every time you're a lot more comfortable. So don't get overwhelmed. If all you can do is get out with a little pop-up trailer and go camping, then go out with your pop-up trailer and go camping. That's why we got the smaller one that we got. We didn't realize how much we were going to enjoy going out and camping, so it made sense for us to go to a bigger camper, because this is a lifestyle that we really enjoy. Going to the bigger fifth wheel made sense for us just out of a comfort, especially with the dog. The kids are getting bigger now, everyone's got their own space. It was just the right time for us to go ahead. So
just got a text from our friend Nelson, who said he's on his way to the Buccaneers game and passed us on 54 in our Feast of a Rig. So hi Nelson, enjoy the game.
Life as a Bucs fan, it's very somber. See, we need camping. We need, we need an escape.
At least Joe's still wearing red on game day.
I try. All right, so we're just having a conversation. So one of the groups we belong to on Facebook is how to RV for newbies or something like that. One of the things I'm excited about now with the fifth wheel is that the bathroom door goes all the way from the floor to the ceiling like a normal door. In our Roo, you had that like uncomfortable 6-inch space above, so everyone knew when some business was going on. So my recommendation is to have potty instruments. So like if you want to learn how to play the harmonica, or like you want to get in some practice on the tambourine, like just leave that in the bathroom, and that way
purposes.
Yeah, you go in there, you gotta make some business, and nobody else hears you except practicing like Piano Man or something like that. It's a solid plan.
I envision being in a campground and hearing some really bad harmonica or tambourine playing and knowing exactly what is going on in that RV.
So if I hear that going on, I'm going to know that person watched this video. I'm going to say, hey, it's good looking out.
Give you some privacy.
Yeah, give you some privacy.